Yo, 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 shout out to all the pegs out there for keeping our washing on the line. Baby dolls, every community has friction. Bitcoin, friction. Ethereum, friction. Everything has friction. Every altcoin. Chainlink, Pulsechain, Hex, PulseX, everything. Doge. There's always friction. I'm going to blow your mind today. There's some friction going on in the Bitcoin community with Tether. There's always been that. Now, Max Keiser has an ICO allocation to Tether. Max Keiser is a friend of the channel. Very, very kind friend of the channel. He is a Bitcoin maxi. A lot of people look at Max and they think he's some like drug deranged mental lunatic. No. He sets the path for what you need to do if you want to grow your network huge. It has to be this big. He takes it to a whole new level. He performs exorcisms. Do you see this? Max performs, look at the bottom. He performs exorcisms. Very important. Did you know Max Keiser gave 10,000 Bitcoin to Alex Jones as a gift?
And I'm not saying that Max Keiser is some secret agent of the New World Order, but he used to be.
So he gave him 10,000 Bitcoin and he fumbled the bag in here.
Just top stockbroker, knows the Soroses, all them. And he's a friend of mine. I like him. But in 2010,
wow,
2009, we were in
Watford, England.
So he goes through the story here, 10,000 Bitcoin. Isn't that fascinating, man? But let's go on. Let's check this out. The Bitcoin community, they have a lot of disagreements or disagrees, okay, everywhere. Bitcoin maxis hate Tether. Why? USDT Tether is the biggest stablecoin in crypto. USDT, everybody thinks it's a Ponzi. Everybody says it's a Ponzi. It's going to zero. It's going to send the whole industry down to zero. Everyone says their balance sheet is fraud and it's all running on paper. And everybody believes that they printed money and they put Bitcoin up. You want to know something fascinating? When I was in Bitcoin here, when I first joined, it took me a while to kind of like get used to the Tether FUD, what was going on. And I started to realize, oh my God, there's a lot of this Tether FUD that goes on. I believed it. I thought Tether, see when we're here, friends, this is why there's always these theories and stuff going on. When we were euphoric, Bitcoin 10 to 13K, I thought Tether was going to go down and give us $4,000 Bitcoin. And then it would be the generational buy. I really did think that. But as time went on, I realized by the Bitcoin halving year, I was like, you know what? I don't think it's going to go down. Maybe in the future. And then the zombie virus happened, right? But Tether never went down. But there's always going to be fighting out there. You see, because Max got in to the Tether-related ICO. And he always defends it, So here he is. He was replying to somebody. He always mentions, Tether is over 100% reserved. So the idea of a run is not mathematically possible, So it is always controversial because most Bitcoin people don't like Tether. Why? Tether used to be on Bitcoin chain, but Tether moved it off because it was too slow. They went onto Ethereum. Now it's used as the conduit for all the speculation and all the digital economies in crypto. So here I even have for you hit for you. So Omni was the first chain that it was on back in 2014. Tether was on it, the layer 2 for Bitcoin, and basically it went off. Bitcoin layer used for USDT. Gone now. Gone. Long time ago. They've really moved on. They really got that one right, didn't they? Like, we are not using Bitcoin for stablecoins at all. They have to make these different layers. It hasn't got any volume, but everybody pretends it does. It's a very slow, painful process. So despite all these friction, arguments, all these discrepancies, it doesn't really matter, friends. You see, look at this. Look at this nice, comfy peppy. This is how I sleep at night, knowing that there's a bull market coming around the corner and everybody is literally still stacked in stable coins and real estate. Yes, they are. That was the number one thing people bought in crypto. They bought real estate. I think they're going to get the generational trade of a lifetime wrong. I think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to realize they fumbled the bag. I think they're going to realize they bought the top of a multi-generational real estate run and it's not going to go to plan. The only way to get rid of this excess is a slow burn, which is basically 10 years of sideways. They need to do it in the stock market. They need to do it in real estate. That's what they need to do to reset everything. And they've got to do this while printing so they can pay off the debt. That's the only way to do the Great Reset properly. So we're going to see how that plays out from now. Because, the real estate sector is in complacency. Now, why can we see it, but people in the system can't see it? And it's because they have been going up only forever. So the real estate sector is in complacency. I've heard every time I hear somebody in real estate sector talk, I just think, uh-oh, they sound like a dead man walking. Dead man walking, dead man talking. It's over. This sounds exactly like what we experienced in 2021 at the top of the crypto mania. None of them discuss the downside. None of them. So they only speak about two sides. So that's what I've noticed. No one in real estate will ever say it can go down. Instead, what they say is, number one, they say a new bull market is starting. Okay, that's always the default. New bull market starting. But number two is what they also say. They also say, they pretend like property can't go down. They say, well, everybody is locked into rates much lower. This is the most perfect psyops bull trap narrative. This is exactly what it was like at the top of crypto. You know what this is the equivalent of? This is like when you're looking at the top of crypto and you're like saying, hey, we can't go down because all the people who own it, they're so rich that they don't need to sell to make money. Do you remember those narratives? I bet there are a lot of altcoins that you heard that narrative too. I specifically remember that narrative in Pulse Chain, Hex, PulseX. I remember all the people, the quote-unquote OGs, saying, dude, no one's ever going to sell that. They're not going to sell it, Ross. They've made so much money. They made millions. Look who let you down the most. The people with the biggest wallets of all. They were the cuckolds after all. Don't trust these people. Friends, just so you know, the worst people who do the most damage, okay, see, it's us. It's not the little fish, okay? It's not little fish, and it's not actually the big giant whales. They don't actually do the most damage. The ones who do the most damage are the sharks, okay? The sharks do the most damage. Why? Sharks and dolphins, okay? Sharks and dolphins, because the dolphins, okay, this is a wonky looking dolphin, all right? The sharks and the dolphins, they are usually people around $1 to $2.5 million portfolios. So when it hits, that's after the collapse, by the way. Okay, so after we collapse, a shark and a dolphin is about, 800,000 up to like 2 million in size in crypto. So they're looking at that round number of $1 million and they're like, oh man, I've got $1 million now. Let's get out. Let's just get out. Let's just sell everything, get out. Still got my million. Screw everybody. All of these people destroy the market. They do big size. They just get out. How do I know this? We watch this. I watch the time and sales. We watch all the whale alerts. I saw this in Bitcoin. I saw this in Ethereum. I saw this in Chainlink. I saw this in Hex. And you know what makes sense intuitively, right? You're like, oh, okay, this person had 10 million at the top. Now they're down to 1 million and they're looking at that 1 million round number and they're looking how poor everybody else is and the candles are going down and they're like, oh man, at least I got $1 million. And they get out. Those are the ones who damage the market the most. They're the ones who actually send it down the lowest. So that's some interesting perspective there to share with you. Look, you can even see the real interest rates here. You got 8.4%, 7.3%, 7.9%. Don't let anybody tell you that, no, it's fine. No one's going to change houses. No one's ever going to move. This is like danger, danger, danger. Once you start, but when they say that, what they're basically saying is the whole reason why you went up, now that the reason has reversed, don't worry about it. So if they would say, so for example, here's the thing. If I dropped interest rates to 1% next month, 1%, what is everybody going to say? They're going to say, oh, sweet, new bull market. And I go, all right, but what if I rose interest rates back up to 8%? Are you going to say to me, new bull market? See, you can say that, but why don't they want to say that? It's because they're turbo long and it would admit that they have to do something and they don't want to do anything. So there is some gloomy periods coming ahead. Complacency, 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 right? Now you've seen it's the negative reaction in price. So price and volumes have slowed down. The total retailer market has slowed down. Why? Because everybody is still high on the drugs from the past upwards movement. They're like, we've made it, we've made it. Oh, real estate can never go down. But what's actually happened? volume is low at the cycle tops. Why? It's because they're basically NFT JPEGs. They're selling NFT JPEGs as a house, but the offers don't want to drop. Why? It's because people are in la la land. They're like, no, this house is 2 million. It's not like 1.5. So they just leave it up there. But when do they start moving their offers down? They move their offers down when that unemployment rate. Let's draw an unemployment rate here. Remember, the unemployment rate spikes up and down over time. Right now, we're at like 3.8. Now, we were, the low was 3.4%. Once it starts spiking up and people start losing their jobs, then they go, okay, I'll take the house down. And then it all starts happening together. So that's basically how the cycle turns around. Now, the only thing we don't know is how long will the government let this go on before they step in, before they go, uh-oh, too much pain. Depends on the rioting and the picket fencing. And no matter what happens, I still believe in the future of crypto. I still believe we're on the right path because all of those lagging macro indicators, they're so big, they all move with the economy. When we're dealing with something like Chainlink and crypto, man, the total crypto is like 1 trillion. It's nothing. Total altcoins without Bitcoin, Ethereum, or stablecoins is only 200 billion. That is tiny. You know, Nvidia by itself is 1 trillion. Nvidia, okay, Ponzi stock, literally a Ponzi stock, greater fool theory. You can't make any profit from there. You can't tell them to change the logo. You can't do anything about it. And it's trading at 100 PE. It's trading at 1 trillion market cap. Total altcoins is 200 billion. Come on, man. Come on. So Chainlink, CCIP, and other tech renders Polkadot and XRP useless. I don't care how upset you get. I'm trying to warn you. There is no need for XRP. There is no need for Polkadot. Now that CCIP exists. And it was pre-programmed because I've been working with Swift since 2016, 2017. I already showed you. Go and listen to Sergey's speech at Sibos. Ripple's hope is to psyops the government into using XRP for CBDC. So this is not, friends, I know you're probably reading this and probably thinking, oh, that's probably like a half truth. No, it's not. Literally, XRP, Ripple, they have their one goal. Do you ever wonder, like, what's the adoption for Ripple? The adoption is they go to every single government and they say, hey, we have CBDC tech. It's actually XRP's on-demand liquidity. Now, don't worry about the ins and outs or whatever. That's literally it. So that, I know, if you knew this, you're like, wait a minute, really? That's the goal? Yes. The goal isn't to get me and you to form communities and cults and trade around in crypto and financial casinos, NFT gaming, metaverse. That's not their goal at all. Their goal is payment solutions. That's a dead narrative now. It's an old narrative. There's no euphoria in there. Their goal is to go to every government, get them to adopt the CBDC, and to get that to push everything up. So depends. How likely do you think that goal is? I don't know. But I'm telling you now, XRP at 20 to 30 billion valuation, while Chainlink's only like 4 billion, something's going to flip there because CCIP is chosen. CCIP connects everything. Just think about this, okay? Why would they go and buy your XRP token when the US Fed can just make their own database with their own CBDC, which is what they've already done, okay? And then if you make an application, let's say a government makes an application, let's say a healthcare application, okay, for example, they can just grab your data from the CBDCs and they can grab public blockchain data. There you go, from CCIP. See you later. See, everything gets connected. Where do you need Ripple for this? You don't. So this is where it gets very hard to deal with. But look, I hope XRP pumps. I really want XRP just to go to $10 just to show everybody that 1 trillion market cap is possible, whatever it is. I really want that to happen. That'd be fantastic. You got to remember as well, Polkadot's parachain idea, let's hold hands and stuff. Like, if you want to charge people to be an expensive nightclub, you better be scarce already. You have to be a big diamond, okay? You have to be a shiny diamond. You can't just start off in the beginning and go, well, you know, we're going to charge a lot. You can only do that if you're Ethereum. So you need that first mover advantage. They don't. This is very unfortunate. Yes, parachains suck. Yes, we all got smashed. It is what it is. CCIP is better. Here is Vitalik, Lord Vitalik, Alien Lord Vitalik from 2020. I do not hate Chainlink. Just to let you know, even with a genius like Vitalik didn't even think Chainlink's market cap would ever get above 10 million. Yes, he made earlier tweets. He's like, I can't see a case for oracles to ever be above 10 million market cap. This makes no sense. Ends up hitting 3 billion in the bull market, ends up hitting like 20, 30 billion. It's probably going to hit 100 billion one day. So just to show you, even a genius can get something right one place and then just be monumentally like I don't want to even say the word wrong. It's just that they probably didn't spend enough time thinking about it at the time, which completely makes sense. I mean, this is just how the world works. But it does give you some confidence knowing that even the biggest things that happen, a lot of geniuses still, they don't see them. Why? Because they're not hungry enough. They're not hungry enough. But I am, just like you. That's why we're here. Make sure you like, subscribe, press the belly button and all. Tell mum and dad we love and appreciate them. Tell mum and dad that Chainlink is going to eat XRP and Polkadot for lunch. Catch you in the next one.